Well, you had the pledge, which was well publicised as well,
and well supported.
Yes.
Astonishing. I mean, it's one of those things that Si will tell you more about the details of the pledge, but it's one of those things that we thought, well, we've got all this material, we've got an album there, and it's that idea of like we'd have worked. The pledge told us how many people are interested in it. It's that really clear message.
No,
people are actually really wanting to hear this.
Yeah. It's the difficult first album.
Yes.
30 years.
30 years, yeah. That's strange, isn't it? Because I'm only 24. And
I'm much younger.
Of course, there's obviously lots of pros and cons of the pledge. I mean, one of the pros is it's a very good way to interact with fans.
Yeah.
They can see how they contribute in the album, and of course get something in exchange.
And it's a good way of anticipating the demand. I mean, if only 3 people had pledged, you'd have got your answer.
But of course, was there any point when you signed up? Was there any point where it was maybe a bit nervous about what if we don't reach the target or?
Well, yes and no.
I mean, it kind of was gonna. We felt it was always going to be all right, really. Well, I did anyway.
Yeah, I don't have any.
You don't really.
I don't have any problems and self-doubt ever. But
slight risk. But
it is a risk, but partially the only real thing about it is trying to explain it, because as a concept, it's actually quite a difficult concept in some senses. That you're not actually buying a share of anything. You're buying something that will help contribute towards making an album. But the majority of people got it. There were a few people who didn't get it and still don't. And it's quite. I don't know why, because to me it's a really obvious thing. It's kind of like you're trying to help somebody do something, so therefore you're going to, put some money in for, I don't know, whatever it is that you fancy. And some of it, you're not actually buying anything of any value. It's towards helping people make an album. The stuff we sold was just crazy. I mean, I sold a load. I mean, how many things? I think 20
things that you...
20 things that Si doesn't want for 20 quid each. I don't know what I'm going to send them yet, but, they're going to get some interesting packages.
No,
but it'll be good, and then there was other ones where we don't know who...
The one we've just done, we've just fulfilled a pledge, because we are getting on with fulfilling the pledges. Honest, folks. One of them was to do a remix for the Japanese market for, was it Death Watch Asia?
Something like that.
Of the Latex Teens. And they seem to be quite pleased with the remix that we've done.
It's like a bit of a disco remix. But, and I don't think it's necessarily what they were expecting, but it'll be huge, because it's got Rosie singing on it, and it sounds great. But that's and what was the other one we have to do? One of us, we don't know who yet, has to read a bedtime story. Which
I've had more experience in that one.
I think my story will be best.
Not a dark and twisted one.
I don't know who to yet. Is that to kids or
is it the
might
kid
be adults?
I
don't know, but we do have a Skype, and then and send them a recording of it.
So I suppose one of the advantages of the whole thing is that means that you end up with a truly independent release.
That's it.
How important is it to be truly independent?
Massively.
These days it's the thing to do. There's no point doing it any other way.
Put it this way, right? I was reading yesterday in a magazine about iTunes. Okay, now iTunes have just... Everybody's been clamouring, if you're going to put your stuff out, you have to get it onto iTunes to sell it, yeah? Okay, it has to be on iTunes. Our stuff isn't, I don't think. But they've come up with this idea where what they're going to do is legitimise any tracks that you have that you've ripped legally or illegally. You can put them into as the iCloud or whatever it is, and it comes back. You get back a legitimate iTunes MP3 for each track, up to 25,000 tracks, and it costs you $25 for a year. Now, if you figure that out, the way that works is if it was my track, it was one song, my track, that means I have to actually sell or have 25,000 people buy my track before I get $25. It's like one cent a track or something. It's absolutely so for the artist, and that isn't actually what you're going to get, because you're not ever going to get 100% anyway.
No.
But I mean, what a ridiculous scenario where
So
where
blatant,
a
isn't it,
massive company like Apple are screwing artists. Basically, you're going to end up with people. They can rip an album for free and then legitimise it at a cent a track, up to 25,000 songs. I mean, where are we with
It's
this?
just because they want to sell their hardware.
Because they want to sell iTunes and.
It's because people can't play ripped tracks or torrent tracks they've downloaded on their bit of hardware that they sell.
So we're at a really weird crossroads at the moment with all of this. So the pledge thing makes
sidesteps all
total sense in that there's people who actually want to help you because they want the album. Rather than they're just a consumer who's. I mean, I've got friends and they hand out. It's like here's a pen drive and it's got more music on it you ever could possibly listen to in your life. There you go, for nothing, So, music has kind of been devalued, and the same thing's about to happen to video.
Yeah.
As you can see, so it's a strange world, really.
The live show is the most important part. That
people don't come to those anymore.
Well, I think it's when you get above a certain level. I think that there's the way the big the sisters just did a show in Vienna, didn't you? What was it? 160,000 tickets.
Yeah, 160,000 tickets.
So that's where it's all at.
Yeah, the big bands. I don't know. As a promoter, do you find that live shows that people don't come as much anymore?
I've found that more people are coming, but then that probably is because I wasn't doing it right.
Okay.
From what I've heard across the board, this last year there's been a 40% drop in ticket sales.
I was talking to a booking agent last night, Jan Winterfeld, he's got Combi Christ on his books, and that's who we were talking about. So I asked him how the upcoming last tour went. He said, well, I could see it went good, but the attendances weren't any better than last time, and they've done all this stuff in that
But that
time.
probably is good, because they haven't dropped by 40%.
But they've done stuff that should have increased it, like they're getting
releasing sexist videos.
Well,
oh dear, hush my mouth.
Releasing sexist videos and getting featured in that comic, Kerrang.
Yes.
Getting coverage of some of the mainstream, but it still hasn't improved their numbers.
Maybe they angered the feminists.
Yeah, I think they angered the feminists. That's why.
Don't anger the feminists.
Yeah.
Especially the one with the shaved head.
Yeah.
I'm going to do a side project that angers the feminists. It's obviously where the money is.
Then you'll have half an angry band.
I like a bit of anger in my band.
Well, you've just released a new EP, Love Will Kill You, and actually speaking of angry, there's a song there's a song on there, a little punk thing, which is a very sharp and punchy, concise
Sweary.
Overview of a lot of people's concerns and worries about the current government. What made you decide to do a song?
I've got no idea. I think they're all jolly nice people at number 10 at the moment, so I don't know why they did that at all.
Don't know, really.
I hate them, bastards.
The way it's coming round. I mean, to be fair, it is the first time we've ever used profanity upon on any track, but it's 2 fuckings and 4 bastards. So we haven't exactly gone to the combi.
There's that. Yeah, we haven't got to the Combi Christ end.
We'll build it up.
We need some holes.
You know what it's like when
No, we don't
when
need
you're
hoes.
around somebody who never swears.
Yeah.
When they do actually feel so strongly about something that is, for me, it's got more impact.
Yes, it was a shock.
Yeah.
It was meant to be a shock.
Yeah.
And the other thing, we're going to take that off, because this EP is a limited edition.
Yes.
And when they go out again, they won't have the swearing on it. And
So
solely,
buy 'em now.
so yeah, we're going to make the EP with the swearing a collector's edition. You're going to have to seek out the swearing, and that's. But the whole point is, it felt right at the time.
Do you know?
It made us laugh.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's all about the humour, really. It's a bit of a dark humour, but. Bye.